Got a room for dick riders too. Ain't no more room left. So if you playing the dick ride, a little late.
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fight, fight, fight. Yo, we going all the way this year, man. We going all the way this year. Philadelphia Eagles. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Game Day Special. Excuse my lighting today. Some things going on over here, rearranging some stuff, but that's neither here nor there. How does it feel to be an Eagles fan? Sorry about the Phillies losing, man. The Phillies lost. They did good, though. Nobody expected them to make it that far. You know what I mean? Nobody expected the Phillies to make the playoffs. They started off the season terrible, and they turned it around and made it to the big show. But let's talk about these Eagles, right? We played 2 games since the last show, which typically won't be happening. But we're still undefeated. I'm still wearing the referee shirt. Ooh, look, not even all the way out of uniform. There we go. All right, so there we go. Still in the referee shirt. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm going to wear this shirt until we lose. Something y'all might have not noticed, I ain't had a cut all season either. I'm not going to cut my hair. I'm not going to change this shirt until the Bears lose. So every Sunday when you tune in, this is what you would see. Can I get the first picture up, please? 8-0. And the defense is a big part to do with it. Big part to do with it. And for those of y'all that don't know, this is, next picture, please, best start in franchise history. Wow. Feels good to be an Eagles fan. Feels good to be an Eagles fan. Being as though we got 2 games to dive into and we don't play today, the first hour we're going to spend pretty much talking about the Steelers, and the second hour we'll dive into this Texans game. We beat the Steelers 35-13. Started off a little rough, ended up a little easy. You can take that down. I was surprised at how that game turned. I really thought that we was going to jump on them early. In my opinion, it was a slow start. But like a couple of my co-hosts who will be here in a few, y'all called it. Y'all called it. A lot of y'all was saying 30, 35 points. I think somebody did say 42. And we definitely lit the Steelers up. Pickens had 0 catches, if I'm not mistaken. Pickens had 0 catches, and I speak very highly of him, even though he's not on our team. But the Eagles secondary shut him down. Pickett, he did the typical Pickett thing. He stood there in the box, stood there in the pocket, delivered the ball under pressure, took some hits, and he gave us some turnovers, which we knew was going to happen. I mean, let's keep it all the way real. Nobody really matches up well against us. If we lose, it's going to be because we just didn't execute in multiple areas. The way I've been looking at these games is position by position, and we are superior than most teams at every position. And what I mean by superior, I'm not talking about just skill set. I'm talking about depth, skill set, and coaching. The only weak link I feel like on our coaching right now is the defensive coordinator, although he's been bending and not breaking. First picture. Well, the next picture, I'm sorry. 4 passing touchdowns for Jalen Hurts, a career high. A career high for Jalen Hurts. Next picture, please. Keep in mind, this is the Steelers game, people. A 140.6 passer rating. Hey, Miss Tiffany Ann, thanks for sharing. 285 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. Now, I don't know if y'all recall, but I was saying that I wanted to see some more passing touchdowns, and boy, did they give it to me. Boy, did they give it to me. And he threw it to his favorite target. Next picture. AJ. Well, that wasn't the next picture, but we could go with that. Okay. AJ Brown for 156 receiving yards, another career high. I think it's safe to say that was a good pickup. That was a good pickup. He also was the player of the game. He made the play of the game. Next picture. And I'm pretty sure you guys can remember this photo. This is when they both ended up on the ground and he pointed at 1 and 2. Jalen Hurts 29-yard touchdown pass to A.J. Brown, one of his 3 touchdown receptions of the day. And how about this? He woke up the next day with a random drug test from the league. Random drug test from the league. 3 touchdowns in a game, and they said, random drug test, brother. Random drug test. What's up, Reek? Welcome to the party. Brandy, welcome to the party. Oh, you an AJ Brown fan? Listen, my man was telling me he got a Wentz jersey. He about to take it and get the nameplate taken off and get Brown put on the back. So how about drug tested that man? Nothing random about that. Well, you know how they do. They say it's random. But it's all a business. They can do what they want to do. Private corporation. But how about this? Remember I said that the finger pointing that he did, he pointed at the guy on you and you. Can I get the next picture? My 2 little finger points the other day cost me $5,000 a piece. I will keep my hands, feet, and other objects to myself from now on. Posted by AJ Brown on Twitter. That cost him $10,650 something dollars, if I'm not mistaken, just for pointing 1 and 2. That's major. I'm a wide receiver fan. I hear you, good brother. Speaking of being a wide receiver fan, I know you. Are you still a Vikings fan, bro? You still a Vikings fan? All right, give me 1 second. I got you. If you're still a Vikings fan, quick question. How you feel about that receiver y'all got? How you feel about that receiver y'all got that be doing the gritty? I can't remember his name right now. What's his name? The wide receiver, the young wide receiver that we shut down. the wide receiver that we shut down. Come on, somebody tell me. I got to look it up. Y'all going to make me look it up. Come on, man. Don't make me look it up. Meantime, between time, let's get some shares going. Let me get the shares up. You know what I mean? Jefferson, that's his name. How you feel about Jefferson, good brother? Justin Jefferson. You sold on him? Y'all comfortable as Viking fans? I know y'all been waiting for Randy Moss 2.0 for what? He came back to Minnesota in like 2013. Y'all been waiting for Randy Moss 2.0. Anywho, before we dive into that, we'll dive into that in a little bit. I'm going to give him time to type that up. We got one of the co-hosts in the building. He's behind the scenes right now. Welcome to the show, Mr. Jamal Jackson.
What's up? Happy Sunday. No birds, but happy Sunday, baby.
What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Got a week off, you know what I mean? I get the rest up. They get the rest up. Another bye week for us.
I mean, yeah, because we don't play again till Monday, right?
Not this Monday, coming up the following Monday.
Yeah, the following Monday against the Commanders.
Yes, sir. 10
What's up,
days off.
Lamit?
Ah,
Shout out to
Lamit.
Lamit.
What's up? What's up?
So, how does it feel to be 8-0, good brother?
I love how everybody oh my God, your schedule's weak, your schedule's weak. Listen, if the schedule's weak and everybody thinks that, then aren't we doing what everyone expected of us? They don't want to say it. Everybody expecting us to be undefeated so far if our week schedule's so weak. We're doing just what y'all think, right?
You know, it's funny that you should say that because the schedule was weak based on what these teams did last year, right?
Yeah.
But I came across something, and as of right now, based on what teams are doing this year, we have the 12th toughest schedule.
I saw that. I saw that.
Now, Pete, though,
They're not gonna say that though. They're not gonna repeat that.
Here, the Giants and Cowboy fans will repeat it because dig this. You know me, I call it fair, good brother.
Mm-hmm.
I call it fair. On this list, the Washington Commanders have the toughest schedule. The New York Giants have the third toughest schedule. What's up, Miss BB? Welcome to the show.
Of course, yeah. So they definitely will quote that.
And the Dallas Cowboys have the eighth toughest schedule. We currently have the 12th toughest schedule based on what these teams have done this year. Now, based on what the teams did last year, I think we had like the 28th or 29th toughest schedule.
Okay.
So that whole toughest schedule thing is out the window.
Yeah, those three fan base, of course, they're going to use that to their advantage because they're losing to us.
Right. But you know what? A saying that people usually say, we can't even say right now.
What?
Is lonely at the top? Because the whole NFC East is at the top.
You're right. You're right.
Don't get me wrong, we're the only undefeated. But at the same time, the whole NFC East is at the top, bro.
This is the NFC East from the 90s.
Yeah,
they used to house the league.
Yeah.
They used to house the league.
How you feel about that Steelers game?
Oh my gosh. It was. Wait a minute. Hold on. I saw something. Hold up. Ooh. I gotta find it. But that was one of our most complete games so far this season. Minus special teams, of course. They still got some stuff working on it. But they came from every angle. They came at every angle, man. Offense, defense, coaching. Like every aspect stepped up, and I love that, man. I think I said that before. They're just waiting. They're testing out each segment of the team, each one of the four parts. We're gonna see what they can do, and they're gonna start opening up the playbook and putting stuff together.
Well, the playbook has started to be opened up. They started opening up the playbook against Dallas, but I really feel like I see him, and that's why he's leaving it down there. I really feel like we haven't played a complete game yet.
Right.
I feel like we haven't clicked yet. But the side of the ball that's playing the strongest in that particular game has saved us.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But as far as complete on like clicking on all cylinders, I don't think we played a complete game yet.
No, we haven't. We haven't. And it's not upsetting, but I want them to stop trying to. I want these coaches to stop trying to be smarter in the room or thinking they're smarter than the next coach, man. It seems like they're experimenting stuff. If we as fans, the whole industry right now can see, we got enough tape on teams so far so we can see what teams' weaknesses and strengths are. Why not play to these teams' weaknesses? Not to skip over, but I'm just thinking the Texans game because it's Thursday night. That I'm like, Miles gonna put up 400 yards on the ground. These fools came out throwing the rock.
I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna touch the Texas game yet.
I'm sorry. All right, yeah, my gosh. But yeah, that's
I
what,
do have a lot to say about the Texas game, and I will say that I slightly agree. I do slightly agree. But
all right. So back to I heard right before I came on the
right.
you talking about AJ getting fined and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he wanted to put out there. I heard, or it was some tweets out there, or did somebody say it in post game? He was when he did the 1-2 point.
Mm-hmm.
He said 1, 2, and y'all still can't hold me. Like he said something else after that point.
Right.
Something was said verbally to go with the point. That's probably what they was upset
I ain't
about.
gonna hold you, bro. He earned that.
Did he ever? Even if he's too small, that one too.
Yeah. He earned that, bro.
Listen, he earned all of it. Even with the when they did the drum yeah, not drum line. What's that, Joe? That movie. The whole line.
The thing about that is they're having fun, bro.
Absolutely.
They're having fun. You know what I'm saying? And I asked this question earlier in the season, and people was acting scared to touch it. Matter of fact, before I bring it back up, let's bring on our other co-host, Miss Key Holmes.
Hey.
What's up, Miss Holmes?
Good morning, Miss Key. What's up?
I can't call it. How y'all guys feeling?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Good.
Like the team on the other side, not professional. Oh, come on,
How
Big
you?
E with the extra malarkey. Come on with the extra malarkey.
Team on the other side, not professional.
So now I have another question. I mean, I asked this question earlier in the season, and people were scared to stand on it. People were scared to say, yeah. Now I want to see, well, it wasn't you guys. You guys weren't guilty. But I am going to ask you guys. I wasn't scared at all because I stood on this. Is this the best roster we have ever had?
Have ever had completely from top to bottom. So you talking A to Z?
I'm talking about complete roster from top to bottom, like looking at all the weaknesses, looking at all the strengths, all the positions, offense, defense, special teams. Is this the greatest roster the Philadelphia Eagles have ever had?
In lifetime.
Okay, I'll take that.
I'm gonna agree with. I'm gonna say in my lifetime, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say top to bottom. I'm gonna say yeah.
We had the Dream Team and some other.
That team on paper was better.
Yeah,
on paper they ain't showed on field.
They didn't. But we had some teams with high expectations that didn't perform, and we had some teams where we shouldn't have performed as well as we did. But this one, top to bottom, it's hard to find. Like, there's always room for improvement. That's with anything. But you got a solid quarterback, your O-line, your D-line. You have depth. You have talent. Now you have guys with at least 1 or 2 years in the same system, so they're consistent. And now you get to go play instead of thinking about the move. So coaching could still be better defensively, but that might be asking for too much right now. As far as
No, it's not.
Hold up. I want to address that right there. Lamont said I was around for the Buddy Ryan teams, so I'm saying no. I was around for the tail end of that. That's when I became a fan. And those teams was all defense, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we talking about from top to bottom. Like, if you went player for player at every position on the roster, this team is far superior than every team we ever had.
Yeah, like with that Buddy, you could even go with our receivers now and running back committee now compared to back then. You may have had it wasn't complete as this one.
Hey, look, Big Exclusive said
we didn't have
QB,
the same depth for sure.
Right.
QB might be the weakest position. I strongly disagree. Gardner Minshew, his numbers is actually still better than the dude that's down there in Jacksonville. That rookie, well, he's not a rookie anymore, but Gardner Minshew, like QB rating and his performance when he was in Jacksonville is still better than what's his name, Trevor Lawrence's. So we got a strong backup. I really feel like it's a kick returner. That's the weakest. I'm going to say it. I'm surprised he's still on the team, bro.
I'll bring back Brian Mitchell, and our special teams would be great. Even though I hated him as our special team. Oh,
bro,
but we need somebody like that who ain't scared.
This dude returned the ball for like 7 yards the other night and was excited about it.
Because that was progress. He caused a lot of fair catches, and some of them he should, like, when you the punt returner, expect to get hit. That's just the nature of what you're doing right there. But
the object is to try not to, though.
Right, but if you're gonna be back there, look, fair catch don't qualify.
I think he's slightly LD. Real rap, because he catches the ball and just runs straight, bro.
He
don't try to do no juking or nothing, bro. He don't make he just catches the ball, looks, and runs straight, or he'll let it go out the back of the end zone.
But that's what I thought Greg Ward was going to when they put him on the practice, like maybe they just want to try him back there or something. I don't know.
I think they trying to let Covey down gently. I feel like he might be. I think he might be associated with somebody heavy in the back, in the higher ups or something. But my man just said something. The roster seems to be more hungry. That brings me back to a point I did want to make. I feel like if we're going off of talent, then no, this isn't the best roster. Because some of our rosters in the past had some superstars. I don't feel like we have any superstars.
None?
No.
Nobody.
Take A.J. Brown when he was back with the Titans. He was a good wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Now you bring him here with talent that's equal to, if not better, and now you're seeing what he can do. This is what happens when you put a bunch of, let me see, I'm not going to say averages, but above average players together, and they work together. I don't feel like we have any superstars from top to bottom. Maybe the argument could be made for Slay.
But look at his time in the league, though.
Huh?
Everybody else's time in the league, like everybody's still fresh in the league.
No, I get that, but that all plays into it. Maybe some of these may be future superstars. I'm not doubting that. But what I'm saying is, this present team, you don't have a Terrell Owens. You dig what I'm saying? You don't have somebody that's superior over the rest of the team. Everybody brings their own quality to the team. Because, I mean, talking about Slay, we could talk about C.J. Gardner at this point for any argument you want to make for Slay.
So
but
it qualifies to be a superstar. What is the measurement here?
In my opinion, it would be Pro Bowls. If we talking about length of time in the league, it'll be Pro Bowls, and it'll be your impact on the game single-handedly.
So you wouldn't call Jason Kelce a superstar?
Well, what I was about to say after Slay was Kelce. They the only two.
Okay.
Jason Kelce and Darius Slay is the only two that I feel like is arguable. But
don't Goddard got a Pro Bowl?
Huh?
Don't Goddard have a Pro Bowl?
No. Do
he don't have one?
Might have been
his second year here.
Is it?
This like his third or fourth year, because we got rid of Hurts last year.
We got rid of who last year? All right, this is third year. So I'm almost certain he's gonna go this year.
Okay.
The first year he was off the bench. He was sharing time with Ertz. And last year, I'm not sure if he made it or not.
Nah, that's when they traded Ertz and his numbers just went through the roof. So this year I can see him making that.
All right.
I mean, you could potentially put Brandon Graham and or Cox in that mix, just if we talking about Eagles superstars. And
I'm talking about league. I'm talking about superstar, like could be on the cover of Madden outside of winning the Super Bowl. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we have some good football players. We have some potential superstars, but as
time will tell. Time in a couple years, or maybe even after this season, you had to change that whole statement.
Well, I hope to. I'm just talking about why I feel like we're so great right now.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? I feel like we're so great right now because everybody is across the board. Oh, this is my peer. This is my peer.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, even when what's his name came in the other day that we just got from the Bears?
Quinn.
Robert Quinn, yeah.
He said from the rip, he knew internally he had to give Brandon Graham a different type of respect because he's 2 years older than him and he's the OG in the building.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? He didn't come in here like, nigga, I had 18 sacks last year. What you mean? Like, you dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's the type of stuff that's going on in the building. And I feel like that's a big part of why we're playing the way we're playing right now.
The energy that they have within themselves, that's not something that we had years prior. After that Chip Kelly debacle, and even with Dougie P at the helm, it's been like a divide. But now it's like one man, one band. One man, one band. Since we talking about drumline, what's that? So, it's kind of playing their own role, and one guy may not make the play, but it's leading to the next guy being able to make that play. So
absolutely.
Quinn had 18 and a half sacks. He's not going to have that this year. But having his presence on the field, now the offensive line got to respect that. Now, if you double team him, now you open it up for Hargrave when Davis comes back, for Graham on the other side, for Sweat. For all guys. And then you still got to look at Hassan Reddick as that weapon. You still have Kaiser White if Dean never gets in the game. Then you got a secondary that's loaded, that's leading the league in interception. So it's a lot of talent out there. So just adding that one position, you got to respect it and change your whole game plan and approach.
Speaking of Davis, he's been placed on IR.
Right.
Let me see. Why is Devonta Smith on the outside now? He doesn't seem a part of any offensive game plan. Something is going on there. To be honest with you, Harmon, I have the same questions. When I watch Devonta Smith, at this point in time, I feel like he's been here long enough to have had that game. And he hasn't had that game yet.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? One thing that bothers me with Devonta Smith is, where's all the yak at?
Yeah, it's a catch in the fall. And
where's the yak?
Now, he takes a hit, but
Smith, or is that about play design? Because you put in AJ in a lot of different schemes and putting him in a lot of different routes, and he's getting matchup like you going.
But they're saying that Devontae, like, stuff is Devontae is the primary on some stuff. I don't know why he's not giving him the ball, or is Devontae? They say he's open every damn play. So
I'm gonna put it to you.
I don't know either.
I understand the offenses they're running. It gives Jalen a lot of options. You dig what I'm saying? And under pressure, you're gonna go to your security blanket. You dig what I'm saying? Granted, he did play with Devontae a little bit in college. At the same time, just focusing on Devonta, right? He's not getting any yak, bro.
No,
he's not getting any yak, and I feel like he's been in the league a season and a half now. He should have had that game by now. I'm almost ready to take him off my fantasy.
I can understand taking him off the fantasy, but I feel like right now it's more or less game.
Yak is yards after the catch, big exclusive. Yards after the catch.
Yeah, come on, catch up, baby.
With everything seeming to flow off of Brown,
Giants receivers ain't used to that. So they don't hear that,
especially if he is audibling now. That's the thing. Everything isn't flowing off of Brown. Brown is catching the rock. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, Smith, when he does get the ball, he catches it, but no yak. Once again, no yards after the catch. You got Goddard. Goddard is getting a lot of touches. They're saying he's the second best tight end in the league right now.
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Let me ask now. Goddard is getting open. Brown is getting open. Is that because the defense is now focusing on Smith because of the year he had as a rookie? Or
I don't think he had a great year as a rookie though. He had a solid year, but he didn't have
He had a good year.
I didn't say he didn't have a good year. I said he didn't have a great year.
Oh.
Pascal is being targeted too. Pascal is doing a lot better now. They're using him in more situations other than blocking. Mr. Harmon, I don't know if you just tuned in, but in the beginning of the show, we definitely talked about how they're starting to open up the playbook. And we seen that when we played Dallas. But we're at the time for our special guest, and our guest is backstage. Today, we'll be handling this interview a little different. Miss Key, it'll be all on you. And then at the end of the interview, me and Jamal will come on and maybe ask a couple of more questions and any questions that we have in the comments. To the people that's in the comments, Put your questions in the comments, and we'll get to them at the end of the interview. With no further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Ray Lewis III. Peace. What's up, good brother?
What's happening with you? What's good, baby?
Ray
How you
Ray.
doing?
I'm
How
well.
are you, my man?
I'm well. Appreciate y'all asking. How y'all doing?
Good, good.
Well, sir. Appreciate you taking out the time to do this interview for the podcast. I'm gonna leave you and Miss Holmes alone, and make us proud, Miss Key.
Oh, y'all really got out of here. But Ray, nice to meet you. You know, Pop has told us a lot about you. But for my interviews, I like to give the guest the floor and let you tell us a little bit about you. Who is Ray Lewis III?
I mean, but raised, born in Miami, Florida, man. Raised right here in Orlando, Florida. That's where I'm at this moment. Um, always wanted to do the football thing. I was born into it, so I always wanted to do the football thing. When University of Miami, things didn't work out, and that's another story. A lot of people think that like I did a lot of stuff to mess that up. That's not what happened, but we end up separating. You know what I'm saying? I went to Coastal Carolina, ran into a couple of tribulations out there. Um, about 2 years or whatever, 2, 3 years or whatever, I was just kind of, trying to find my niche after that. Ended up going back to Virginia Union out there. Finished there, got my degree in psychology, played football out there as well. But honestly, I thank God like block your blessing if you know you ain't mentally ready enough to accept it. And I think that was my main problem initially. So I think a lot of people would look at that as a negative, but I think everything that happened it got me a lot more diverse. It got me a lot more well-rounded, and I kind of touched into all avenues. You know what I'm saying? With the college world, because I went to UM, I did the big thing. Coastal Carolina's a big school now, but at the same time, at that time period, we were still big, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't on like the national stage as a UM was, and went to the HBCU at VUU. So I think it all kind of worked out for the best. Um, Brothers and everybody was also raised in a, football family. Um, and then started to kind of veer into music when I was about maybe 15, 16. Music always been my passion. And I just feel like some of the things I was born into, I feel like it was something I could, I guess, express myself. You know what I'm saying? On a way that it wasn't always just straight speaking. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, when you win there, I feel like you could use your mouth as the paintbrush and let that booth be your canvas. You know what I'm saying? Let that instrumental be your canvas. So I feel like you could use artwork and kind of, you know what I'm saying, implement things however you want. So I started to do that as well. Moved to Oklahoma. After I moved to Oklahoma, I became an RBT, a registered behavioral technician. So I was working with different kids with disabilities. It was like a form of a therapist. A lot that I learned in that experience as well. And then I got that random call from a coach one day. He was like, "Man, I followed you your whole career, man. What's up? You still playing ball?" Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, "Of course, I ain't never, you know what I'm saying, stopped with that passion." And went out to Wyoming, played in the CIF for a little bit. After that, kind of tapped into the Mexico League when I was about to be going out to Mexico in January. So you got a lot of different opportunities that I was kind of veering off into and branching out to, and that's really where I'm at right now. I want to go back and get my master's, but yeah. Besides that, you know what I'm saying, just living life, staying healthy, trying to train every day.
I feel like you might have been taking a peek at my notes. You used a couple of buzzwords that I wrote down. I did a little research on you, so I know you're into music, and I seen some of that as well as doing the CFL and out in Wyoming. So the one thing you said, music has always been your passion, and then you've done, the RTB as well as football. But before that, I have to ask, what happened at Miami?
So it was a lot. I'm not about to sit here and make excuses because I got to take accountability myself. When I first got there, I was just I was very focused. I was very cynical. I was very Very much pay like a lot of attention to detail about what I needed to do, what I didn't, and I feel like once you get to that level, um, everybody's good at football. Like once you get to that level, you know what I'm saying. Everybody was once the best on their high school football team, and you know what I'm saying. So you got to learn how to figure out how you want to implement your skill set or what differentiates yourself from that next player. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you do on the field really. It's more of how you carry yourself. It's more of how well you study. It's more of, you know what I'm saying, how you, if you carry yourself as a professional. It's more of how you work out. It's more of how you impact the team. It's more of what you can be for the team. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of business and politics at that level. And I was, once again, because I was what I was forced kind of to grow into, not forced, what I was born into. Um there was a lot of things that I was expected to be or that I was kind of shaped that they wanted me to be. And I never really been that player, you know what I'm saying? Like I know my dad was you know what I'm saying, he was very iconic, and the impact he had to the game was revolutionary, 100%. But listen, I ain't coming out tunnels grabbing grass and you know what I'm saying, dancing before I come out on the field. And that worked for him. But for me, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's more of I'm gonna lead by example. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see me run the ball every play. I'm gonna always impact the game. And by the way I play, you're gonna want to follow. So at University of Miami, it was a little bit of that. They wanted me to be more vocal. You know what I'm saying? They wanted me to be certain things, certain interviews I had that, you know what I'm saying, all they focused on was my dad, like as if I wasn't my own person. And don't get me wrong, bro, I love my dad. My dad, you know what I'm saying, tried to implement certain things in my life that helped me, that I carry with for the rest of my life. But I mean, that's all it was. I remember one of my first interviews, they were, what your dad do to help you, da 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 da. And I was like, you know, I got a mama too, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And ever since then, they want me to do interviews no more, whatever the case may be. So it was a lot of this and that. But at the same time, after I figured out um, how I want to put this, what I could get away with, I wasn't as focused as I should have been. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
figured that I could do a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? I could still go do this, but I know I could still perform on the field because I was natural with it. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of things that I could have done better myself. I think they could have took a little bit better care of me as well. But at the same time, there's a lot of things I need to take accountability for. And really, what I ended up leaving, I redshirted my freshman year, but that second year, 2014, it was that's crazy. I ended up playing this like little pickup basketball game. We just got our stipends. We thought we was, you know what I'm saying, had everything going on. So I had my little money. They had their little money. Ended up betting some money on a little football game. But you know, with the NCAA regulations, anything that you any sport the NCAA sponsors, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
can't gamble and make money off of. And one of my friends put it at the time I didn't know this, but now I do. He ended up putting it online on Instagram. And I remember his name, Craig Anderson, head of compliance, ended up calling me to the office, and then he ended up telling me because of that. And we just got hit with that Ponzi scheme as well. So we kind of, it was
Mm.
a death penalty, so we couldn't go to no bowl games. They took away a lot of funding for scholarships and whatnot. So it was a microscope on us, you know what I'm saying? So we had to make sure we were doing everything the right way. And they ended up suspending me for like 7 games that second year about to come into the season. And I was just getting ready to be able to be on the field and play red shirted when I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? All those type of things. So I just thought it was time to part ways.
It, it sounds like quite the journey. So you did what you could, but it's something as small as just a friendly wager, but just the microscope you guys were under, and just being a student athlete at that point, it just kind of blew up. But a slogan that I have: everything happens for a reason. So you were there for a reason, but the way, like you said, they mistreated you, or they could have treated you better, and kind of focused on you as a player and a person, as opposed from your father and his legacy, even though that's your father, completely different. So I'll get back to my follow-up question about your dad a little later. I want to focus on the music a little bit.
Mhm.
What I know you said you did it since you were about 15. Is
Mhm.
that like more your therapeutic way of releasing your emotions, or what really inspired that passion?
Absolutely. I think that uh music's definitely therapeutic, but at the same time it don't solve problems or real life issues. So I think I don't necessarily, I mean, I've always loved music, but kind of like the way it started, I really couldn't even give you like a definite or very distinct answer. It kind of I kind of gravitated towards it. Just between different things I was dealing with, different relationships I had with certain people, different relationships I wanted with certain people. Um, and there were certain things that I wasn't able to say or communicate the way I wanted people to interpret it fully. And my brother and I, my brother also makes music, and it kind of just turned into just like I said, like that was my canvas. You know what I'm saying? Like that instrumental and like that beat and that booth, it was my canvas, and I was able to express myself however I wanted, regardless of the way people took it. And that's the beautiful thing about art. You know what I'm saying? People are going to interpret things a bunch of different ways. You know what I'm saying? One person can look at, you know what I'm saying, a beautiful painting, look at it and say, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, necessarily touching me a certain way, or I feel like it, you know what I'm saying, wasn't as broad, or you know what I'm saying, it wasn't as prevalent as they wanted it to be. And other people can look at that and interpret something completely different. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the beautiful thing about art. Um, the diversity it gives me, the freedom it gives me, the understanding it gives me. Um, and at the same time, it's you don't gotta prove nothing to nobody when you in that booth. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta prove nothing to nobody. You spit what you spit. So let it come from the heart, and the people that like it, they're gonna gravitate towards you. So I don't really have a distinct answer of how it started. But I just feel like it was a cumulative. You know what I'm saying, and a combination of a bunch of different things I was dealing with. A different way of something that I could own. You know what I'm saying? Something was
Right.
me. Once again, that football was kind of like I didn't even have time to stop and think what I wanted to do. I always played football because I was very good at it. I was born into it, and I just played it. You know what I'm saying? So that music was something that I could own. It was something that belonged to me. You know what I'm saying? And it was something that I was able to utilize as a platform to inspire, encourage, motivate, but also talk about those negatives. And
Right.
I think that's a big thing with this generation now. A lot of people, and don't get me wrong, I think that we could change the narrative a little bit on a lot of the music we listen to now. But at the same time, it's like, bro, these people talking about their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of people want to talk about how this new generation talks about all these drugs and killing and da 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 da. But I just feel like, bro, we found a unique way to like express the things that we was dealing with. Like back in the day, people weren't necessarily bragging about drugs and different things of that nature the way people do now. But at the same time, it's like people was doing them. Like you know what I'm saying? People were indulging. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like at this point, like we've learned a creative way, you know what I'm saying, to express our struggles. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? They weren't cut from every cloth that everybody was cut from. They didn't have certain, you know what I'm saying, amenities and things of that nature that people were born into. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like music has obviously changed and obviously um I don't even want to necessarily say elevated, but changed, you know what I'm saying, over the you know what I'm saying, over the time period, over the duration. But I just feel like it's a way that we can get to express ourselves regardless of who's listening.
Right. But that nicely put. But you like express over the time we things that were happening back then they just weren't talking about. Now we're just more expressive. Like here's a bird's eye view of what life is like in certain situations. So definitely good and positive that you guys are putting a vibe out there. Like you said, those who can relate or who like the music are gonna gravitate and support you always. And it's nothing that you can worry about. You in the booth and you just Ray. I'm gonna call you
Absolutely.
Ray. That's cool with you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
um, looking at like your career from college and the CFL and the kind of unconventional, um, I guess, journey that you've had in playing multiple positions. If you were to get that call today, um, I guess what would that look like for you? Like, what position do you want them to say, "Hey, Ray, I want you to come out here and be a safety or a corner. I need you to line up at receiver," or what is it that you're willing to do?
See, that's a very unique question, and it's funny you asked it because my whole career has kind of been um, based kind of off of that. When Al Golden first came to me when I was at University of Miami, he asked me to play corner. My entire life, I was a running back, and I was here in Central Florida, and it was Kelvin Taylor, it was Derrick Henry, and it was my friend Tion Green, who was at Lake Brantley, who ended up going to Cincinnati Wildcats and then played at Detroit Lions for a little bit. Um, we would go back and forth. I was the number one running back in the state. Then I would go to two next week. Then I go to three. Then I go to four. Then I go to. And it was Derrick Henry and Kelvin Taylor, and like I said, my friend Tion. We were always going back and forth. But I was very good at running back just because I'm very instinctive. You know what I'm saying? I just react. Um, and when I got that call from University of Miami, I don't regret anything, and I wouldn't necessarily take anything back. It was all a part of the journey. But at the same time, I wish I would have done my due diligence a little bit more to kind of take a little more visits, experience a little more, figure out where I had a better fit. So my mother also went to University of Miami. My godfather also went to University of Miami. And I was just born in the UM, life. So once I got that call, it was just like almost like a lifelong accomplishment. So I think that I would go to running back. I would definitely want to play running back. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I haven't met a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, like me with the ball in my hand. Like, and I mean that genuinely. I mean that genuinely. Um, I don't play your, you know what I'm saying, standard form of football. I don't got standard moves. I just kind of react, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people realize that as I got older. But like you said, it's a certain length of what I'm willing to do. Coach Golden sat in that room and he asked me, would you be willing to play cornerback? And I was just like, I mean, absolutely, whatever I could do to help the team and however I could get on the field the fastest. And I transitioned. And don't get me wrong, when I first started off, it was kind of shaky. When I first started off, it was kind of shaky. I went to UM, and I mean, pretty much, man, you can say almost 3/4 of my team is all in the league right now, and I could say half of them all prospering. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I had to guard some dogs. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was out there, I'm talking about like an average 4.340. You know what I'm saying? So it was you even got Philip Dorsett play for the Texans right now. Rashawn Scott, who played for the Dolphins, chose to go a different route. Stacey Coley played for the Vikings for a little bit and stopped. Herb Waters, who's still playing, but he went to the league for the Steelers for a little bit. You got Malcolm Lewis, who played for the Dolphins for a little bit as well. Um,
Hmm.
it's just you can literally go through the whole, you know what I'm saying, entire depth chart of all receivers, and everybody got an opportunity because of how talented they actually were. So like I said, things was a little shaky at first, but I worked at it. You know what I'm saying? I stayed at it. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of surprised myself. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to be honest, um, yeah. But that cornerback is just hard, man, because you gotta pay a lot of attention to detail, and you gotta have a good quick twitch muscles and a specific mindset. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go out there and play a corner with anybody. Um, I like to hit though. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of helped. You know what I'm saying? I was one of those corners that, bro, I got 9 tackles at the end of the game. My coach was like, "What corners got 9 tackles?" You know what I'm
You were.
saying? You know what I'm saying? I need you playing. I need you covering people. I don't need you coming up there. Da, 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 da. But I'm a ball player though. You know what I'm saying? I like being around the ball. You know what I'm saying? Whether that means governing, whether that means protecting myself, whether that means whatever. So, um, yeah, I will definitely probably want to touch that rock again. But at the same time, I know it's a process. You know what I'm saying? I know you got to trust it. And I know that I need certain film. I need certain, you know what I'm saying, attribution. I need certain things for people to consider me in certain positions. So really, I just want to be on that field at the end of the day.
Totally understand. Go ahead, Pop.
Right? I want a second because you ain't brag enough about it. This dude is an awesome running back. This dude is an awesome running back. I had to study his film. It was hard to find the defense film until he sent it to me. Without getting into the numbers, he makes decisions quick, yet he's patient. Got fundamentals and has decent speed. You know what I'm saying? And he knows how to get behind his pads and protect the ball. He don't do too much. You know what I mean? Some guys fight for that extra yard, and that's when they get the fumbles and all that. No, he know when to go down and play another down. You know what I'm saying? So I'll toot your horn for you, good brother. You're awesome running back. Awesome running back. We have right here in the comments, we have a few questions. One question is, what does the Hamsa hand mean for you, Ray? Talk about your medallion. Your medallion. What does your medallion mean?
So, bro, spirituality, and I feel like once again, I feel a lot of people can interpret it a different way, but I think, I grew up in the church. You know what I'm saying? I was a very religious person. I wouldn't say I'm not religious now, but I would think I'm more spiritual. And I think just, bro, good vibrations, good energy, and I think if you tap into that with your inner self, I feel like you could tap into a different energy that you didn't even know was possible. You know what I'm saying? For real. But we were just conditioned, like, to think a certain way. We were conditioned to think of what's possible, was not possible. You know what I'm saying? And like once you tap into a different energy, a different spirit, and you just start to do your own research for yourself. You
I
know what I'm
promise you,
saying?
I didn't tell him none of that. I promise you, he said that on his own. I strongly
like
agree,
that.
good brother. Strongly agree.
Yeah.
The next question is, what team ideally would you like to play for?
Oh man. Well, we're paying me, but nah, if you want me to be real,
Fact, that's real talk.
man, to be real though, bro, it'd be dope to play close to the crib just so I can have a lot of people that support me. You know what I'm saying? My whole life, be able to come to games. You know, the Bucks will be dope. Tampa Bay would be dope. Even Jacksonville would be dope. You know, they overpay everybody, overpay me.
Right. Jamal, you got any questions for him, Jamal?
Yeah, I got a question. Your music career, you said you found a passion at like since the age of 15. Every
Absolutely.
hero needs his theme music, right? They say music soothes the savage beast. When you getting ready before games and stuff like that, are you listening to yourself in your ears, or who you rocking with?
Yeah, I'm listening to myself. I'm listening to my brother.
Okay.
And a couple of my other homeboys that make music. Lil Wayne gonna always do it. Boosie, love Boosie. Boosie gonna always do it. J. Cole, can't go wrong with J. Cole. Yeah, but I kind of just switch it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got like no set standing on what I need to hear or what I don't. But I just kind of switch it up based on the mood I'm feeling. And most people kind of like to listen to a lot of crunk music or whatever the case may be. But I just like music, man. I'm gonna get crunk myself, motivate myself. So I just like hearing what I like.
Another
That's what's up.
question in
That's
the
what's up.
comments here. Outside of your dad, what players did you look up to growing up?
Man, Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, Michael Vick, Devin Hester. Um, And I tell everybody every day, like, listen, I understand the accolades. I understand about being accomplished. You tell me pick an all team right now. Michael Vick, my quarterback. I'm telling you right now, Michael Vick, my quarterback. But it's like having a 12th player on the field, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
100.
Now, I have a question for you, and this one is this is a serious question.
For sure.
Um, I'm in the NFL, right? I'm an NFL exec, or I'm for a particular team.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, you're 27 years old, pressing 30. Why should I sign you?
I mean, honestly, I feel like most people would, you know what I'm saying, try to stay away from somebody that's a little bit older. But I feel like at the same time, that's also a conditioned way that we were kind of like, you know what I'm saying, born into the thing. When you're talking about the league, they want to talk about injuries. They want to talk about different things of that nature. But at the same time, over this time period, I've learned to treat myself more like a professional. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being there because of the talent, you know what I'm saying, that I was born with. You know what I'm saying? Always work. And I promise you, you know what I'm saying, anybody that gave me opportunity, you're gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna outwork everybody. I'm gonna be there early and I'm gonna leave late. You know what I'm saying? And not because that's the cliche thing that you want to hear, just because that I know that other people aren't working like that. You know what
Well,
I'm
let me
saying?
rephrase that question for you, Ray, because that was a good answer, but it's not what we're looking for here. What do you bring to the organization that I can't get somewhere else?
Right. A lot of things that you probably never seen. Like I'm one of those people that I make the team better. You know what I'm saying? Just from being around people. And once again, when I say that, I mean that by, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to not just one up somebody because we got the same position or whatever, but look, I'm trying to help you grow. I'm trying to help you elevate. I'm trying to help you learn. You know what I'm saying? And if we do that, the team gonna get better. Once people see that, they start to want to do better. One of the biggest things that I love about Kobe, you know what I'm saying? And people always want to talk about statistics or whatever the case may be, but I think what makes Kobe Bryant the best basketball player is things you can't put in a stat book. You know what I'm saying? And I think one of the biggest things about him was when they, even right now on that Netflix series, that Redeem Team, when they brought Kobe in that situation, they said they was in Vegas. They all went out. They all had a great time. They all was chilling. He said, bro, listen, we came back in. It's like 4:30 in the morning. Kobe downstairs with his book bag, waiting to go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? And he said, look, by the end of the week, the whole team was doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as vocal as my father was, but at the same time, I'm one of those players that make you want to play with them, that make you want to go hard, that make you want to give that, you know what I'm saying, 1,000%. And you going to see by my effort, you know what I'm saying, that you either going to match it or you're going to lose your position. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Competitive, competitive. We got one more comment. Ray, they said, let's be honest, it's that one song that really amp you up, bro. You saying all these other songs, it got to be that one song that just, like DMX, y'all gonna make me lose my. It got to be one song, Ray.
Oh, that's hard. You talking to an artist, man. That's hard. That's hard.
You hear that, Big E?
Let
You
me
putting him in the
see.
corner, man.
Let me see. It's definitely not just one, but I could give you one of those I love to listen to. Drought 3, Lil Wayne, Upgrade You.
Oh, that's a good joint right
Wait,
there, bro.
You play
That's
that,
a good
I'm
joint.
hyped whenever, however.
Lil Wayne on the Beyonce beat. That's classic right there.
You feel me? That's a
Miss
great
Kid, you got anything else before we let Mr. Lewis go?
I think y'all kind of covered the bases. The only thing I was gonna ask, and I think you just answered it, was when you do get that call, what kind of influence are you gonna bring to the team? But you pretty much say you're gonna make people around you better. They're gonna elevate to your level or find themselves in a new location. So I let it speak so highly of yourself, and you got that confidence, and it's just a matter of time. You keep putting in that work and getting that film, you're gonna get to where you need to be. Age ain't nothing but a number.
No, 100%. Yeah,
You gotta put
basically,
that on the
yeah.
t-shirt, right? You gotta put that on the t-shirt. You gonna work hard, I'm gonna lose your spots.
Right. Get rid of
Put
the
that
get.
on the t-shirt.
And it ain't
Ray, I
personal.
appreciate your time, good brother. We're gonna move on with the second hour of the show. You're more than welcome to stick around if you would like to, but if you got some things to do, right now is the time that we'll be releasing you. Thanks again for your
Absolutely,
time, good brother.
Thank you, Ray.
absolutely, man.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me. Oh, some question just popped
Absolutely.
up on the
Hold on,
screen.
let me see. I gotta ask one question about his dad. Have you and your dad ever discussed the greats and what made them great? His perspective gotta be really dope.
Yeah, for sure. And really, once again, I think when I started talking about what differentiates you from another player once you get on that high level is everybody's talented, but you got to become a student of the game. And I think that's what my father and a lot of the greats did better than any other people. Like, if I'm stepping on that field, if I know what you're doing before you do it, it don't matter how fast you are. How can you beat me? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we talked about a lot of the greats. He talked about Peyton Manning, great. Man, he's always talked about how Peyton Manning used to always genuinely challenge him. Because, like, man, if you even go back and watch the games, right, you could see them making checks off of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, while they in the game, you know what I'm saying? He coming up, he's saying da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And Peyton Manning checking off him. You know what I'm saying? And then he go back.
Wow.
Check back 100%. So I think, once again, I think it kind of sounds cliche, but at the same time, there's like a lot of people want to do a lot of different drills to try to make them better, or a lot of different things of that nature. But man, listen, go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? And put yourself through that simulation. You know what I'm saying? I watched Devontae Adams say that to a young receiver that was asking them for he was asking them for, you know what I'm saying, advice. And he was like, listen, man, there's no drills, nothing that I sit out there and do. Go run routes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talked to my brother when he was first trying to dunk. You know what I'm saying? He trying to figure out all these different, bro, go try to dunk. You know what I'm saying? Go actually out there, try to genuinely put the ball in the rim until you figure out a certain, you know what I'm algorithm that works for you. And I think he talked to me about the greats. Yeah, bro, Peyton Manning was somebody that got him. Eddie George was somebody that got him.
That battle right there, bro.
Bro, listen, we don't even have it no more. We don't even have it no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's no drills you could do to prepare yourself for George. Like,
not at all.
You got the heart in you or you don't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, there was a lot of different people, but I think what he talked about the most was just the preparation. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you rise to the occasion. I think you fall back on preparation. If you prepare yourself, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be ready. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Salute. He was around all-time greats growing up at the U. About that action, boss. You know what? While we talking about, I wasn't gonna bring it up. A lot of people don't remember your pop used to get pick sixes, bro.
Bro, he had like what, 36 interceptions or 31 interceptions?
Yeah, bro. A lot of people don't remember.
Oh, it's funny you brought this up, but my brothers and I was talking about this the other day, and I'm like, bro, y'all remember him getting 36 interceptions?
Bro.
And I'm like,
that's a crazy number.
I found out.
Yeah,
only player in NFL history with 40 sacks and 30 picks. So he was out
wow.
One of the steps, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. It's crazy because, like, once again, his impact to the game, like winning Super Bowl MVP as a linebacker, is crazy.
Right?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I do that, bro. Like, that is crazy. Yeah, so yeah, like 1000%, dog. Like, bro, he used to always be on the prowl.
At you is crazy. Who the dude he blew up?
Absolutely.
Was it Sproles? Wasn't that Sproles?
Oh, you talking about on the Charles on that 4th and 2, on that 4th and 2, and they went. Yeah, he came right through that gap. But that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could get another. You can get another. That was at the end of his career. You could grab another linebacker that's younger, faster. You know what I'm saying? Like, more agile.
Won't make that play.
But if you don't know,
IQ, yeah,
exactly.
IQ.
He was running through the gap before the play started. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a prime example of exactly what I was talking about. And I think that's the main thing that differentiates those great players. You know what I'm saying? Michael Vick talked about it. You know what I'm saying? He said at first when he was on the Falcons, he said he wasn't watching no film. He was just better than everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He went and had to do his little bit and came back and he said, bro, I learned so much because I became a student of the game. I started watching film. He said that's one of the things, one of his biggest regrets, and he wished he would have done it sooner. 100%.
We got another question here in the comments, and you might not even know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Was your pop really mad when T.O. did his dance, bro? For the Birds, when T.O. played for the Birds,
one thing man, he wasn't worried about that. He wasn't worried about that. If you want to be honest, all it really did was probably amp him up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it would do. And that's what it would do to me too. He's like, all right, don't worry about it.
It's that Mamba mentality. That Mamba mentality.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna bring it back to you though, Ray.
In the world. Yeah.
I know you got your own personality that you bring to the table, and listening to your story, it sounds like It had nothing to do with talent. It had everything to do with he's not his dad. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we're going to lock in and get you there, good brother. We're going to lock in and
Absolutely.
get you there, good brother. Create your own identity. It's still time. I asked you these particular questions for a reason, which you know what I'm saying? And we're going to fire under the ass, good brother. Fire under the ass, good brother. You know what I'm saying? We ain't chilling, man. I do want to move on to the next segment. Like I said, you're more than welcome to stick around if you want to, good brother, and add your input. First, man, fact, this is the Eagles show. We ain't asking nothing about the Birds. I know you're not an Eagles fan, but how do you view what the Birds are doing this year?
Amazing, because I know I wasn't gonna be able to call it out from the get go. And if you want to be honest, bro, I just love a story as well. So I'm so happy that my dog Jalen Hurts got the opportunity that he deserved. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even like how they did my dog at Bama, if you want me to be honest.
Right.
And I'm not no Bama fan or wasn't really no Jalen Hurts fan at the beginning, but I just love his story, bro. So many people would have rolled over. So many people would have stopped. So many people would have been like, oh, it's politics. And they don't mess with me or whatever the case may be. And all this man did was go transfer to another school, damn near win the national championship. You know what I'm saying? Then get drafted. Go through the little preparation and different things he had to go through the first 3 years. And they're the best team in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's a beautiful story. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful story. And I love to see people, you know what I'm saying, overcome adversity, bro. And, you know what I'm saying, deal with things differently than the way most people would. But just like you said, I ain't never really been like no Philly fan in general, bro. But they got a team. And I remember you was talking about Devontae earlier, the receiver. We was talking about bro earlier, man. I feel like one of the biggest things that I think people misconstrue on championship teams is they want people to excel or do things to a higher level. But one of the biggest things you got to do, bro, is play your role. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's truly what he's doing and how he fits into that scheme. He's not no 6'4" receiver, 230 pounds, but he not no slot. You know what I'm saying? Just got to be the X or the Y. You know what I'm saying?
How many games have you watched? How many Birds games have you watched?
Like through probably like 4, probably like 3 or 4, all the way through.
I guarantee you, bro, if you go and watch just his highlights, you'll be like, oh yeah, he should have got away there. Oh yeah, he should have got away there. We're not discrediting his role. You dig what I'm saying? Because you're 100% correct there. But for him to be who he is, we expecting a little more yak, especially a year and a half into your career. You know what I'm saying? For him to be as fast as he is, bro, I expect him to have been scoring as many, getting as much yak as we see AJ Brown doing. Now I know AJ Brown's a lot stronger, but I'm talking about with his speed. You know what I mean? I expected him to do a lot more. One screen he caught. When he caught the screen, he opened up the wrong way. That come from watching film. You know what I'm saying? You know your man is going to seal him to the outside, and you were supposed to come underneath. He caught it and spun back around outside. You know what I mean? It's little stuff like that. You know what I mean? Not necessarily his role, because I will give him this. Like I'm a fan of Smith. He will go up there and get it.
Oh, absolutely.
He will go. He's one person that I can say, because when I talk to the little league guys, the semi-pro guys, the one thing I try to drive home is no face, no name. You dig what I'm saying? Do what you do. Don't worry about who on the other side of you. Don't worry about what team coming in. Go out there and do you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Devontae Smith is one of those players. He don't care who's lined up against him. If that ball was thrown to him, he gonna do everything he can to get it. I want to see him break that, catch that little quick slant, and take that thing to the crib. Like,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I want I 1000% feel you, but I just feel like at the same time, it's like, and not to you, I'm not saying this to you, but I'm saying what
Right.
we all want is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? That don't
Right.
win the champion. You know what I'm saying? It's like, of course, we want to see him do certain things, but at the same time, the same way you could say you feel like he needed to do this, how many times was he open without the ball thrown to him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Devontae be open. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just having that speed on the field causes you to arrange your defense differently. Just having that speed on the field, whether he catching the ball or not. Now you got to sometimes keep a safety over top. Now you got to bracket him. Now you got to worry about where he running and where he not. Now he taking somebody deep. Oh, look who open. AJ.
That's true,
Bomb.
Lamont.
Who open. Goddard. Bomb. Oh, now what you could do is throw that run game in there. Bomb. And you got a mobile quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it all together. But at the same time, I'm not gonna act like I don't know what you're saying 100%. I know exactly what you're saying, and people expected him to do a little bit more, and people wanted him to do a little bit more. But I feel like y'all win that championship, ain't nobody gonna be worried about it.
No, they're not. And it's only one ball. It's only one rock.
I'll go out
Jalen can't throw two at the same time. They ain't
two
gonna
people
count.
at once. You know what I'm saying?
They got so caught up
gonna
into
be my number one at all times.
So caught up into the interview, and you just reminded me, Ray, because you brought up Jalen. Who's the man? Let's catch up on who's the man before we start talking about this Texans game. I want to run through at least 3 of them since we are already an hour and 15 minutes in. Can we get the first player for who's the man? Now, these are backup quarterbacks who ended up being heroes for a little bit for us.
Is that Bubby?
That is Bubby Brister. Good job, good job, Jamal. Good job, Jamal. Can we get the next one up? Who we got?
Not JP.
No.
Damn it, man.
Coy Detmer.
Coy Detmer.
Yeah,
yes.
Coy.
Yes, Coy Detmer. Ty Detmer's little brother. Yes. He did the spanking dance before Aaron Rodgers. Yes, he did. One more who's the man, and we're going to save the other ones until the end. One more. He came off the bench. He was a hero. He started for us for a little bit. That is Bobby Hoying. Yes, it is. Bobby Hoying.
I was not a fan. Not a fan.
Oh, I got that one.
I was not a fan.
All right, let's talk about this Texas game. We beat the Texans 29-17. Can we get that clip up there, please? The picture. 29-17 against the Houston Texans.
This workout, let me go get up out of it. I gotta get ready to this workout in. I appreciate y'all having me though.
Salute. Thanks for coming in, bro. Appreciate your time.
Salute, my brother.
I appreciate y'all.
We played against the Houston Texans. Say that again, bro. Okay. We played against the Houston Texans this past Thursday. And as an Eagles fan, I feel like we played down to their skill set slightly initially.
It was a short week. It was a short week.
I will give you that. It was a short week. I was going to second that. That was why we had a slow start, in my opinion.
Shane Steichen is trying to be the smartest dude in the room. If it's a slow week, who has the most bright energy or preparedness in their body right now? Miles. They're the worst run defense in the league. Just give Miles. All right, let's give Miles the ball. Let him get 400 yards. No, they want to come out and throw the whole first quarter.
Bro, we played 3 days before. We just played 3 days before.
Right. And who was beasting 3 days before? The receivers.
No,
Get him a break.
What I'm saying is, you talking about Miles.
Yeah.
The O-line is getting hit every play.
They want to smack some people in the mouth. They do.
They're getting hit every play, bro.
They want to smack somebody in the mouth.
So they started off a little slow. You know what I mean? They got it together.
And you see what happened
against the run. Yes, they do. Yes,
they do. When they decided to run, who threw up 22 here, 25 there? Like, come on. He could have 400 yards.
And I agree with he should have 400 yards. But at the same time, we're not relying on him.
We should. I want to
I don't
give him
think we
his
should.
respect.
I think the minute we rely on him is the minute he gets hurt or he starts that fumbling again. I'm okay with him having the year that he's having. He's not fumbling the ball. He's healthy. He got some explosion.
He in a contract year. That's why.
Exactly. That's why he
You know
needs
what?
that ball more.
You know why? It's funny that you said that. The only thing I think he's doing because he's in a contract year is dancing. I think all the celebrations has to do with him being in a contract year. This is a look at me season because he really not doing nothing he hasn't been doing outside of staying healthy and holding on to the ball. Let's see. Derrick Henry killed the Texans for over 200 yards last week. Derrick Henry and Boobie Miles are two different running backs.
Completely.
Mailata
They are.
take the trip to Houston. I'm glad because Mailata, bro, he's overhyped. He's overhyped. Let's face it.
Wait, huh?
Mailata is legit at left tackle, right? I mean, he has his bumpy moments, but he is solid over there on the left side.
The ball got to him a couple. Ball got to hurts a few times. You know what I mean? But
all you
he
got
wasn't
do is
Winston
run a
Justice.
stunt on Mailata's side, and his brain is fried, bro.
Not fried.
Bro,
Not
run
fried.
a stunt on Mailata's side. You see when Jalen got hit and the ball popped out? You see who picked him up and said, "My bad"?
He had to.
Of course he had to. That time he got to you. Any other time he almost get you and you get up out of there. My bad. Mailata, don't get me wrong. If we're talking about potential, high upside. He has a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about talent versus experience, he's great. He's great. If we're talking about just being a left tackle, there's some things that he has to work on
Absolutely.
in order to be who everyone thinks that he is. A lot of fans thinks that he's one thing because a lot of fans don't understand that a sack starts from the O-line and the running back. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of people think if the quarterback got sacked, that's on the quarterback, the casual fan.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
That one drill, he was like, Jalen ain't have a clue what was happening. The ball dipped under my lot and, oh, bam. So I understand what you're saying, but I still see that, like you said, the potential is there. Definitely there.
Potential don't pay the bills, baby.
You gotta perform. You gotta come out and execute. So
yeah,
right there. And somebody just said in the comments he's playing with, nicks and bruises instead of sitting out. Sometimes that can hurt a team. If you banged
the
up,
whole O-line does that.
Yeah.
You show me an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman that's not playing nicked up or bruised up in week 8. I'll show you somebody who's been riding the pine all year.
But at some
we ain't
point,
putting 77 in there. I'm not doing it. Don't put them in.
Go ahead, Keith.
A healthy 70% backup than a banged up 50% version of yourself, where you putting yourself in further injury.
Oh, you talking about Miles?
And then you also you kind of being in the way a little bit. If you got to take a game off, it's a long season now. You got an extra game. Do a little load management so that you're effective when you're out there. That's all I'm saying. Keep the man upright.
Kelsey snapped the ball too soon. That was on him. Kelsey snapped the ball too soon, but all the linemen had to block somebody. Mailata, man, was the one that got in there.
I'm scared to bring Dillard in there.
All right, let me get back. Let's get us back on time schedule because we didn't even get to y'all segments. But next picture. This is major. I know we all surprised and excited about this guy. CJ Gardner-Johnson has now had an interception in 4 consecutive games. In 4 consecutive games, he has had an interception. And he leads the league in interceptions with 5 as of right now, because everybody else got to play today.
But listen now, can I say something first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you continue, he definitely is my Espelon Especial. I don't want to deviate from the program, but before you say it, can I just toast that brother?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
That brother right there, the Espelon Special in the Eagles glass. He's leading the league with 5 interceptions, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's this year. From 2019 to 2021, he played 43 games and had a total of 5 interceptions. He got 5 this year.
Mm-hmm.
You stole my stat, Maul.
Oh, I'm sorry. But listen, I had it written down because he's gonna get my toast. So I gotta toast it up to the brother, man. Listen.
And that's crazy that you said that. I didn't know that stat. Evidently, y'all both knew that stat, and you guys just solidified something that we said earlier in the show.
What? Oh,
being around
top to
people,
bottom, the depth?
Being around people that's just as good, if not better than you, allows you to play at a higher level. You dig what I'm saying? Now, just imagine. We don't know how many he's going to end the season with, but let's just say he had this season last year in New Orleans. Would he be an Eagle this year?
No,
of course.
No.
You dig what I'm saying? So that right there is what I mean by this is the best roster we've had from top to bottom. You know what I mean? If you want to talk talent, you might got me there. We may have had
I know he got the best. He got the best hands as a DB that I've seen on a lot. Come on, stop playing, Mike. Stop playing. This ain't no water.
Next stat up, and then
cracked this.
I'm gonna get through all these stats so we can run through y'all segments. Next stat is for Jalen Hurts. Well, we had that leads the league in interceptions. Jalen Hurts, most consecutive regular season wins for an Eagles quarterback with 11. He has now won 11 in a row. That's 2 more than Carson Wentz and Donovan McNabb and Norm Van Brocklin.
He ain't done. He's not done.
Now, this is the quarterback that people didn't want to come off the bench. They wanted to keep Wentz out there. Okay? This is the quarterback that every team passed on, even us, multiple times in the draft. This is a guy who they said is Tim Tebow 2.0.
Ooh.
This is a guy that they said is a game manager. This is a guy that they said is afraid of competition, which is why he transferred.
He knew his worth.
I feel like it's safe to call everybody this now.
Not a clown.
Everyone's feeling clownish right now. Yeah. Let me tell you something about Jalen, man. I called for him week 3 of Wentz season. Well, you said Tebow couldn't throw at all. They was trying to say Jalen couldn't throw either. They was trying to say he was inaccurate downfield. They was trying to say all he could throw was the intermediate route, the drag, the slant, and the out.
Just tell him to rewatch the Pittsburgh game.
But here's my thing. We was all fans at least the past 3 years, right?
Of course.
We was all fans. We was fans at least the past 3 years, right? I'm just making sure everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay. Who did we have that was catching the ball? Didn't we have a lot of balls bouncing off of hands for the past 3 years?
How long Mac Hollins been going?
Mac Hollins is balling, bro.
I know out there.
Or the Raiders?
He's playing for the Raiders now. He played for the Dolphins last year. He playing for the Raiders now. And bro,
he got all his hair off. That's what.
But he's not the ones that was dropping the ball, bro. He should have got a chance.
It was
what was
can't catch the baby out the fire.
You got
Rager, yeah.
Alshon was dropping the ball too.
Alshon didn't want to
snake, man. I think he was a snake, man. We all was
catching passes. Why stay at Bama when the coach let you know he was riding with Tua So was he supposed to waste his last year on the bench? Hey,
That's what I'm saying.
I agree,
He knew his
Landon.
worth. He knew his worth. Like, yo, I'm not going to do this.
I left too.
And the whole situation with how he got benched, you don't do that, bro. I don't care if it's Division I. I don't care if it's championship or nothing like that. You rock out with who got you there. You know what I'm saying? Like at that particular point, in my opinion, as a coach, I wouldn't have pulled him at the point that they pulled him. At that point, you're supposed to just let him finish the job. You know what I'm saying? If you was feeling that way about him, you should have pulled him in the offs. Because they play playoffs in college now, right? They got playoffs in college now?
Yeah, but I don't think it was around when he was in the league. In college.
It could have been like a bowl game.
Okay.
The season, but yeah, to pull him at halftime and he wasn't injured, that's a Saban move. You just trying to win to save face for the brand that is Alabama football, which on the business aspect, I can understand that, but player development, that wasn't the best way to go. But I think that's what Hurts needed, to have, kind of like Ray earlier, an unconventional means to that final destination of the NFL where, you got written off at this big name school. You got written off here. And then you keep every season you have a new head coach and a new coordinator, and there's no consistency. But the first time you see this man had some consistency in the last 7 years, he's playing at an MVP level. So just imagine if he would have been in Alabama for 2 or 3 seasons, if he would have had that in Oklahoma, even back in high school. Now you start to see, well, this guy actually can do it. That's like putting, a square in a circle. It's not going to work. If his skill set is one way, but you're trying to play him in a different facet, it's not going to work out. I was watching the podcast real quick, and Sherm was saying that over in Denver, that's not the offense that Russell Wilson is used to running for the last 10 years. So that's why he looks like this dude. You like, why you give him $235 million? He playing like a bum. Well, that's because you're not you have pieces around him, but you're not playing him to his skill set.
Yeah.
Now he out here just looking like Blaine Gabbert or Jamarcus Russell with somebody like real crazy on the field when he's much better than with the product that's on display. But go
He's
ahead.
definitely like one of the monsters right now.
But to take it off subject, that's my same theory on Ben Simmons. The offense is not running through him over there in Brooklyn. So now we get to see what he really is versus when he was here in Philly when the offense was running through him. You know what I mean? How could you not score? That's kind of like when we had the what's the dude that came here and won Rookie of the Year and then was asked for the
Michael Carter Williams.
MCW.
Carter Williams. He won Rookie of the Year because he was on the court all game.
Somebody touched the ball.
Right.
Those was a bunch of stats. That's what that was.
Exactly. As soon as they tried to put a team around, it was like, adi. But let me see. Big Exclusive talking about MVP. Who? In my Soldier Boy voice. Can we get the next post up there, please? The Hurt So Good post.
Yeah, that ain't Daniel Jones.
Because check this out. Jalen Hurts is on pace to throw 26 touchdowns, rush for 13, pass for 4,340 yards, rush for 692 yards, with a passer rating of 107.8, completion percentage of 68.2, and only 4 interceptions. If he keeps the pace that he's going right now, how is that not MVP, especially if we don't lose any games?
How is that not a Super Bowl superstar player?
But
especially if we don't lose any games.
This is him proving it. Remember, I said as of right now. He's showing right now. You dig what I'm saying? And a couple of weeks ago, I made it clear. I feel like he's made 2 seasons worth of progress over the offseason.
I believe it.
And a big part of that has to do with the culture that's in the Nova complex right now. You know what I'm saying? With how I don't see no division.
No, none.
Within the team.
One sound. We all on the same accord.
How many teams have you seen where the offense and the defense actually are cheering for each other genuinely? Not just a handful of players. I'm talking about the side of the ball. Like the defense, they go to their coaches, they hear what they're saying. But when you watch them, when they mic'd up and you watching these highlights, they on the sideline standing up, watching and cheering, bro. Having a good time. It's been a long time since we've seen that on any team's sideline as a whole. Jared Allen and Patrick Mahomes both have better stats and are on pace for better numbers. Jared Allen. Jared Allen.
Jared Allen didn't even retire from
the
the
guy that's
Brooklyn
throwing the ball
Nets.
in Buffalo. If he was throwing the ball in Buffalo, they wouldn't be winning nothing. What's crazy is they tried to label him with a minimal amount of games under his belt. He's just 24. Exactly. And you know what, Lamont? Once again, I said this in another show. At the beginning of the season, had you compared the amount of games he played along with the amount of games that Nick Sirianni was the head coach to Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb, they were outplaying them. It's obvious now, I mean, because of the stats. You can take that down. It's obvious now because of the stats, but they are outplaying Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb. And maybe some Eagle fans are changing their tune now, but you could have asked any Eagle fan even before Doug left. You want Andy back? I guarantee you they'd have said yes.
Yeah, I did. I was one.
I guarantee you they'd have said yes. But now, all right, since you was one, and you like going off of potential, you want Andy back now? Because we still see Andy Reid do Andy Reid things when it count.
Well, I haven't watched a lot, but
in the
see,
Super Bowl.
When you say that, Andy Reid now, the creative Andy Reid is still creating like shit, and he put together a hell of a staff. So I would take OC over there over our OC over here if that's coming with Andy Reid.
No, I'm looking at everybody agreeing that's crazy, man. Y'all got to stand on something, man. Y'all got to stand on something.
I'm a Sirianni fan, but I'm still shaky with Shane Steichen.
No, I'm talking about the head coach, bro. I'm talking about Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni. Now,
so is he keeping his staff over there is staying, and our staff here, we're just swapping head coaches?
Whatever.
However, it means.
Because you remember Nick Sirianni came in and asked who was who, and he kept some of the staff and he brought some of his guys in. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, Shane is his put in.
I'm talking about. See how you trying to do? See how y'all trying to do?
No.
Answer the question, bro. Andy, would you take Andy Reid back now over what we have? At the beginning of the season, a lot of Eagle fans would have said it with no doubt. Give us Andy Reid back. But now, after what you've seen Nick Sirianni do under the same circumstances that Andy was under when he was here.
Well, no, I'm going to keep Nick.
Are you going to keep Nick Sirianni or are you going to bring Andy back?
I'm going to keep Nick.
Give Reid that same team, and I would bet money the results will be the same.
No, I can't. It's too many. What's the word I'm looking for? No, that's what I was saying. Is it just we swapping head coaches, or are they bringing his staff, Nick taking his staff with him? If we're doing all that, I'm going with Andy. But if it's just head coaches, I'm keeping Nick.
Either way, I'm staying with Nick, bro. It's the greatest start we've had in franchise history. How is it an argument? How is it even a debate?
Because Andy didn't have the top to bottom talent that we have now.
Andy Reid has accomplished.
But the talent, top to bottom, like this is the best.
No, we're not talking about the team right now. We're talking about the coaching.
I know. So if Andy was to come over here, he could probably pull some shit with this staff. With the team he had.
2 weeks ago, people were saying that the 2004 and the 91 roster was better.
I didn't say that.
I'm not saying you in particular. I'm just saying the fan base. 2 weeks ago, the 04 team and the 91 team was better than this team. We got to give them a chance, bro. They 8-0. They 8-0. It's the best start that we've had in franchise history.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's better than Andy. That's better than any coach we've had. You can't say no coach. Statistically, Jalen Hurts better than any quarterback we've had. You can't say no differently.
But
there is no but.
It is a but.
The only but you can say is Nick Foles, and he was a backup.
Top to bottom, this is the best roster we had, right?
But we talking about the coach,
right? So if top to bottom, if this best roster happened to be under Andy Reid, that's why Nick is surpassing right now.
All right, how about this? 2 weeks ago, most of the Philly fan base would have took the KC roster over our roster for winning the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't know. I might have said you add that QB to this, things may be a whole lot different.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm not taking the whole staff. I'm not taking the whole.
I wouldn't take KC because one, they're not deep. They're not as deep as us.
Exactly.
Our offensive line is better. The quarterback at this point, Patty has more years and has proven himself. But I like Jalen. I'm confident in my man to do what he's supposed to do when that stage comes.
He's climbing the ladder.
Exactly. I can't force him to do anything before the time allows him to be in that position. So right now, you know, some people say, oh, y'all got a soft roster or we had a soft schedule. I didn't make this schedule. What I did was go out there and beat the people who was on it. That's what I did. So
I'm supposed to.
That's just like, you know, if a team has a tougher schedule, that's not my fault that you can't beat teams that are paid to do what you do. So that's just showing a different level of competition. So we coming out here, look, we should have blew the Jaguars out, but they had us on the ropes 14-9. We still came back and won. It's different ways that we win the games, but we still win the game. It don't matter at the end of the day. So how we were saying with Devontae, we want him to do more. He'll have those games where he can do more because now teams are going to start loading up on AJ. You just destroyed Minka Fitzpatrick, who is one of the best safeties in the AFC. You destroyed him several times. So now when you go up against these lesser teams with lesser talent, now you want to throw a drop coverage or you want to have a safety hanging over top. But if you got that, I'm gonna burn you down the field with Goddard, or I'm gonna have Pascal go deep, or I'm gonna have Quez come down in the slot, or I'm gonna go with Devontae on the other side, or I'm gonna give it to Miles in the backfield. Maybe I toss it to Gainwell. Maybe Hurts can keep it himself. But it's so many different options that you have by one player making that big impact. So I feel like in due time, we don't need to rush it. Miles gonna have his games where he might break 150, 200 yards. And it's going to be like, damn, Miles, we ain't know you still had it. Yeah, just give me the rock when the time allows for that to come. In the meantime, just keep busting everybody's ass however you're doing it. If you want to throw the ball 25 times and complete 23 passes and throw up 4 touchdowns, be my guest. If you want to run it 400 or you want to run it 40 times and get 200 yards, I don't care as long as we win the game. That's all I'm saying.
For those of y'all that don't understand what she just said, she's keeping Nick Sirianni in the roster that we have.
Exactly. I'm keeping Nicky.
Can I get this? This is what I love so much about Jalen Hurts, though. You know what I mean? It's his mindset, it's his leadership. And I've said it before, his demeanor doesn't change, bro.
No.
He'll lose a fumble and he'll come off the field. He'll throw a touchdown and he'll come off the field. You know what I'm saying? His demeanor doesn't change. But he says something about this 8-0 start. And I loved it. I loved it because this is the type of leader, in my opinion, that we have to be led by in order to get some more hardware. Can I get that post up, please? I've been 8-0 before and lost in the national championship. We haven't accomplished anything yet.
Yep.
One game at a time, bro. To have your quarterback saying that.
Yeah.
And your coach seconding it. It's usually the other way around. You know what I'm saying? But to have your quarterback saying it. And did y'all see the interview with him and Kelsey after the game?
Yes, I did.
I missed it. What happened?
They in love. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
They are in love. The way that they look at each other, they are in love.
Yeah. At first, at one point, I thought somebody put their hand on somebody's knee. I was like, wait a minute.
You just made.
I gotta see this.
But you know what? Speaking of that, and I'm sorry, we about to get into y'all segments. These segments was all over. It was the interview. It went a little, But anyway, the segment. What I want to tell y'all, how about the fact that every game has pretty much been a home game? Have we played an away game?
No.
Them birds fly.
Right. We travel well.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we've been louder than the other fans at every away game.
Even
Arizona, we went cross country and got loud in they dome.
Listen, it's a lot of Eagles fans in Arizona. One time I went out there, the Uber chick was an Eagles fan. I'm like, what the? She said it's a lot of Eagles fans out here.
I got some friends that's overseas, and they found a bar called Passyunk Avenue that was open 2:30 in the morning. So Eagles fans could watch the game. I'm talking about over in like Europe or something like that, bro.
Wow.
It's called Passyunk Avenue, and all the Eagle fans that's over there, they go to this bar and they watch the games, which is the middle of the night there.
Right.
And they drink and eat cheesesteaks and all that, bro.
Good shit. I gotta go over there.
Check that out.
I know where I'm going.
Is spreading. Before we get into your segment, Jamal, real quick, can I get the last two quarterbacks up there? Who's the man?
Oh, that's that motherfucker.
He's Nick Foles before Nick Foles. He's Kevin Cobb before Kevin Cobb.
Was that Matt Barkley?
AJ Philly.
No, AJ Philly. There you go.
Man, I didn't think it was AJ.
Yeah, Matt Barkley, I think, wore number 10.
Yeah.
Now everybody gonna get this. Hey, Jamal, let Key get this one. Because she usually get us on all the other ones.
Yeah, she do.
She was struggling today. So we're gonna let her get this one. I know she's gonna get this one. Pop that one up there for me, player.
Is that Randall?
Oh my God, cut it out.
Oh no, I can't tell.
Are you serious?
Please Kelly Green, I was still a baby.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jamal. Tell her who it is. Good Rodney Peete.
Oh, Rodney Peete.
Yeah, Rodney Peete.
Well, I know him. I ain't never see Rodney in that.
Randall? I think Randall was on sabbatical at that time.
I'm about to say, I'm not even gonna lie. He was black. That's all. That's what came up.
I know. Think when he had the throwbacks on.
Hold up.
If he was left-handed.
Racism on the field. Look, Big E took off the screen. He said, "No, we are not." Oh, he said that wasn't me. Or I thought you dropped her off the screen for that. We have some technical difficulties with Key. It's all good. She'll be back soon. But anyway, Maul, did you have a name for your segment? Because if you don't, I said because if you don't, what you was about to say?
No, I just said that Espelon Specials. What? Listen, it don't matter.
We're introducing a segment for Jamal Jackson, and his segment will be his offensive player of the game, his defensive player of the game, his player of the game.
Okay.
And if you didn't have a name for the segment, I was thinking of that boy good.
I like it. That's what it is. That boy.
So for this segment of that boy good, I give you Jamal Jackson.
Oh, thank you very much.
Take that
boy good. Now listen. 2 days went by. I'm gonna go off the cuff a little bit for part 2, but real fast. For the first installment of That Boy Good, we talked about it. Stuff has already been said, but I want to give a shout out to my Eagles. 8-0, like we said, but offensively, AJ Brown. Listen, he's taking it. He's taking it like he's not mad. 10 grand, which I think the team ain't gonna pay for that because there was a penalty on him. But still, you can't make it the no fun league, man. So my offensive player is going to go to AJ Brown. So we're gonna toast up to AJ Brown, everybody. If y'all ain't got it, I know it's early, but listen, it's 12 o'clock somewhere. Whatever y'all drinking, this is my tequila. AJ Brown. That man had 3 touchdowns in the first half against the Steelers. And you know that's history for against the Steelers. Never had a receiver do that since 2015. They say Doug Baldwin. But his 3 touchdowns came all game. AJ had him in the first half. So even though he dropped that potential 4th TD, shouts out to AJ Brown. Because that boy good. Defensively, we're going to go with the D-line, man. They had 6 sacks. And Pittsburgh have not allowed a QB to be sacked 6 times since 2009. So we just busting teams' records out the block all season. So that was one part. Let's finish this off because them boys is good. Pause. Now, my player of the game, I gotta go with Jalen, man. Look at his improvements week to week. Like you is no denying it. You've seen the stats. He's on pace. You've seen it. So no deep ball, right? If we just look at that Steelers tape, he's doing double coverage where the ball's supposed to be placed, and you got a receiver who can go up there and get it 2 times. The third one over the outside shoulder. Come on now, where only the receiver can get it. And the one he dropped would have been a touchdown, and then the one when he let Minka trip him, he could have probably had 6 touchdowns that game. 5 touchdowns that game. AJ, but Jalen threw that ball. Jalen's been on point, so Jalen is learning to trust his receivers. Jalen is my MVP, and if he keeps this up, he most likely is going to be the MVP of the squad. Yeah, he definitely did. He definitely did. But he could have got away. You see the joking on the sideline? They was like, yo, I'm literally faster than you because I think him and Zach Pascal got a little, not beef, but, a little friendly banter going on. But who's faster? So they said Zach is officially faster than AJ because he got hawked down. But like I said, Jalen, keep this up. He's going to be my MVP every week. So toast it up. Because wait a minute, that ain't enough. Ain't no slouch, ain't nobody scared. I'm gonna do half and half because I got to finish this off talking right. So Jalen Hurts is my MVP of the Steelers because that boy is definitely good, and that boy gonna continue to be good. I think his ceiling is way higher than Daniel Jones. What you think, Big Exclusive? You agree with that? And as a short week, so we're gonna jump over to the Texans. All right, I said it before. Shane Steichen should have known to run Booby from day one when the game started. So my offensive player, I ain't going night soon. Listen, Keith up there she got the grill going. She gonna have some chicken by the time I finish, but tonight. So I ain't even got to cook. Shane knew Texas got the worst defense against the run, so he should have balled out. But when he did ball out, Booby was showing his ass. That game started off slow, so I didn't really have no standout stars. But when Booby got the rock, he showed what he can do. So every touch was 22 yards, 25 yards. So offensive player, let's give it up to Booby Miles. Defense, Jay Hargrave, 6 sacks. This man keeps clips of Kobe in his phone. He said, I think the offseason, the preseason, whatever, he's working through some little injuries. He's all good now. And you see he kicking the doors through. And that's his celebration. Boom, I'm here, bitches. So Jay Hargrave in the defensive backfield. Best in the league right now. So they definitely. Hey, little Eagles fan.
What's up, Holmes?
He got his little Eagle shirt on.
Ain't nobody cooking
Yeah.
so
I can see it.
toast it up.
Birthday, baby.
That's what's up.
He popped up with the cheeks like I'm here.
And
Babe, when
last
do
to
you
finish
cook?
it off,
Oh, Keita, don't do that to him, Keita.
she gonna cook.
Come on,
Listen,
Keita.
We
DJ
out
Garner, let's keep it at that. So that's well, I gave y'all the stats. I'm sorry, Key, I didn't mean to steal your stats, but that Jay Hargrave in the defensive backfield, man, they my Texans. Them boys is good.
Them boys good.
They're right. Birds gang, baby.
We had a question up here by Mr. Lammett. He said, "Yo, Pop, what's your take on Britain Covey?" Hey, is that Mama Go Eagles? E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles. Woo! So, Covey,
He need to give you his equipment.
hey, listen, I would gladly take his salary and his job.
Let me ask one question. If he broke one in the next game, would all be forgiven?
Hell no. Hell no.
Not forgiven. I might have gave him a little bit more length on his leash.
I'm gonna give y'all a serious answer and I'm gonna give y'all a trolling answer. The serious answer is this: I really would like to work with Covey. I would like to work with him one-on-one and see what I can do with it, because he looks shell-shocked. He looks like he feels like he's not good enough to be on this team. Because
why they keep putting him out?
He a baller.
If you see it, the coaches got to see it. Well, I mean, so what the problem is?
Well, this the thing. He's not messing up.
No, he's just not doing what other teams got.
He's not fumbling. He's not dropping under the balls. He's just not getting no return yards. And he's running dead smack into the opposite color.
Which I don't understand.
It really seems like something internal. Like he's just satisfied with catch. Oh, I caught it. Cool. I just got tackled. All right, I live to play another down. You think what I'm saying? He seemed like he's just okay with just doing his job. Which
no bueno.
It's not going to work because I feel like he's going to be the cause of a major turnover.
Stop. Don't put that out there.
Punt.
Don't put that out there.
Or we in one of them playoff games and he looks up, he looks down, and he thinks about doing the fair catch and he doesn't do it and he catches it, and when he looks down, they right there. Then he gets hurt.
No, I don't like that.
Then we finally put Gainwell back there. And then upstairs realized, well, damn, we should have had him return
that.
So why don't they? That's
because he hasn't messed up.
But you ain't doing nothing for the offense.
The special teams.
Huh? No. I'm saying, so you're not getting us to the 35 to 40,
right?
To help out the offense with a shorter field.
But he's not messing up. You get what I'm saying? And like I said last week, he got what, a 7-yard return, and everybody was like, "Woo!"
Yeah, right.
It's like, bruh.
Oh my god.
So Covey, bro, that the serious side, if I could, I would love to work with him one-on-one. You know what I mean? And I legit would just throw the ball as high as I could for him to catch it and send people running at him, screaming and yelling, and have him run up to the other side of the field. I would have him do that over and over and over and over again, because he's going inside of his head, bro. His muscle memory is just telling him catch, run straight. Everything else is not working.
They don't have the jug machine don't go up. They can't.
The jug machine can go up, but it'll be a spiral. It won't be.
Oh no, over the
punt
right.
Yeah, he's not trying to create any lanes to run through. Like you said, he catches, just run straight forward. Like, you got to size up the field. You got to know how your team is gonna block. You have to do film on special teams. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's telling tales on all sides of the ball. So if they got a lot
They
of hang
bring
time, you might have some different leeway. If he kicking them short, then you might need to know, okay, maybe let me hit it to the outside, or it's different ways that he could go about it besides just getting a fair catch and being
Right.
happy over 7 yards. Like at least put a 0 behind the 7 and put 6 on the board. Like give me something to really make it worthwhile. But
Right.
like you say, he's not turning the ball over. So I guess I would be happier with him not turning the ball over and not having big plays as opposed to him making explosive plays here and there, but at the risk of him turning it over.
No,
exactly. Key, did you have the sports stuff for this week or no?
Nah.
All right, cool. That's perfect. I just ain't want you to feel like you got rushed off, but it's perfect because we only got 4 minutes. But yeah, man, Kobe. You know what? They've been talking about lately. They've been talking about Odell.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Don't put him back there. No.
He coming off a torn ACL. He went about 32, 33.
He gonna try to make a point
to return kicks.
Is he fast enough?
I just think it's more off the field that may come with him at the expense of returning a couple of kicks.
What you mean?
I
don't need Devontae getting bombarded with questions about having Odell in the locker room. I don't need, Pascal now being further down on the depth chart, and now he's not the same player on special teams. I don't need Quez getting out of rotation because you're trying to fit Odell in the slot. We don't need that.
No. I'm talking about the same circumstances that we was talking about with Deshaun. Yeah.
But Jackson he's an Eagle. Like, he's a lifelong Eagle. He could come in and it's like riding a bike. Well, Odell, you just played with the Giants and across the country.
The argument that I had for Jackson is slightly different for Odell because Jackson really wasn't going to bring nothing to the team, but capable of returning kicks and punts because he's a one-trick pony. Odell, granted, I'm not saying pop him up top in the depth chart, but let's say
if he don't
go down, we know what we getting.
But if a receiver don't go down, what are we getting?
What are we paying for?
No, yeah, it definitely got to be worth it financially. It definitely got to be worth it.
No, if a receiver don't go down, what kind of shenanigans is he gonna pull?
I'm talking about to replace Kobe. That's what I was talking about.
To replace Kobe?
We just bringing him in for punts, and then if necessary, we throw him out there.
I mean, can y'all name a season where a receiver of ours didn't go down?
Well, they've been trashed the last few years, so I haven't really been keeping up. But
we got Greg Ward.
What has Greg Ward done over the past few years? Hold on, let me rephrase that. We're in the playoffs. Smith goes down. I ain't even going to say AJ. Smith goes down.
He reliable.
Are you comfortable with Brown, Ward, and Pascal?
Mm-hmm. Jalen likes Greg Ward. Look at their connections. Jalen good with Greg Ward.
Bro, I understand that.
Until he come back.
But Ward was a part of that drops the past few years. He was a part of the drop squad, bro.
Things happen.
Devontae dropped a few too. AJ dropped a couple.
You're right, Lamet. That's why I said just returning kicks, not playing receiver. Because name the last time Odell made it through a whole season.
But is Odell gonna be comfortable with that? Is he not? Is he going to be all right and shut up and play my role as a kick returner, punt returner?
Guess what? When the team is undefeated and everybody think they're gonna win the Super Bowl, everybody's comfortable with it, bro.
He's Odell Beckham. He got dudes coming out of a hot tub singing shit. That's Odell. He's different.
He's Odell Beckham. You think he's satisfied with his one ring?
Especially if he can win them back to back and be a part of, the reason why.
I'm sorry.
So now if you tell him to shut up, you about to get a second one. It's a possibility. So play your role, stay in your lane. I might be okay with it.
I get it. You say Odell wants the ball, but guess what? If he don't sign nowhere, he ain't gonna be getting no ball.
True. That's true.
So at this point of the season, why not sign with the Eagles? The Bills is BSing around with him. The Chiefs is BSing around with him because the trade deadline been gone. If anybody was going to get him, they should have got him. I'm not saying that I want him. What I'm saying is his name has been up lately in the rumors. And for kick return and punt return, I wouldn't be mad at it. I agree with y'all as far as the roster and all that. Everything you said as far as the locker room, I 100% agree with that. But I agree, I believe to not allow that to happen is, listen, Odell, we're going to bring you in as an accessory, bro. Or you can stay home.
Or you can stay home.
You got to be real blunt with him. You got to be real blunt with him. All right, yeah.
Big exclusive. You saying just say I want him? I'm going to keep it all the way funky with you. I want his swag added to the swag we already have here.
Yeah, CJ on the defense swag is definitely adding something to that. Bro. So definitely that swag is needed.
I feel like with what we got going on as far as swag, Odell would be a great addition. But I just peeped the time. I ain't even going to dive into the trolling right now. I know you're about to try to troll. Odell signed with the Eagles or stay home. Odell, I'll stay home. That was from a East Rutherford Midgets fan. But
should have known because they want him back.
This up, I want to run through the shows that's on the Big Exclusive Network. You're tuned in right now to the Philadelphia Eagles Game Day Special, which is every Sunday from 10 to 12. Later this evening, I missed last week, but I will be here this week. The Poppy Montega show will be coming on tonight. And guess what? I didn't put it out there. Guess what I'm going to be talking about tonight, y'all?
What are we talking about?
You know what? It could be a roundtable if you guys want to come on and discuss. We're going to be talking about, I was going to keep this a secret. I only told Big Exclusive. But I said, you know what? I'm done with just trying to get the recognition. I don't care who get the recognition as long as we get the job done. I figured out how to drop the murder rate below 100 murders a year in Philadelphia.
Stop playing.
Yeah.
9 p.m. tonight, huh?
Yeah. I figured out how to drop the murder rate. Hey, Lammit, I might have Brethren Samuels deliver the information. How about that? Yeah. I have Brethren Samuels. You know what? Yeah, Lammit, because Brethren Samuels is going to talk about your show too coming up this week. Yeah, so Brethren Samuels is going to be on. We're going to talk about your show coming up this week too. But
9 p.m. tonight. All right.
9 p.m. tonight, I have the perfect idea for how to get murder below 100 a year here in Philadelphia. And guess what? Some people ain't gonna like it. Some people ain't gonna like it.
But they don't like what's going on now. So what's the difference going on?
My point exactly. Y'all got any other plans? Thank you. All right, cool. So Monday through Friday, 9 to 10, sometimes until we have Keeping It Real with Big Roll in the mornings on the Big Exclusive Network. Catch it on YouTube, catch it on the app, and catch it on Facebook Live. Monday evening, we have Think Different TV, hosted by Lashia, each and every Monday night at 9 p.m. Make sure y'all tune in. Very informative show. She dives into current events. She dives into unknown artists, the artist spotlight. This past month was domestic violence along with breast cancer. And this whole month she brought on people talking about their domestic violence experience. And they also came with some solutions and things to help other people out. So make sure y'all tune in with for Think Different TV, hosted by Lashia, every Monday night at 9 p.m. Tuesday night, we have the Big Exclusive Podcast, hosted by Big Exclusive, Angry OG, and sometimes, I ain't even going to say his name. Y'all know who he is. Wednesday night, we have the Rabbit Hole 13, hosted by Taj Mahal, Bianca Monroe, and they call him Mr. Cheese. Each and every Wednesday at 9 p.m., the Rabbit Hole 13. Followed up on Thursday nights at 9, we have Foreplay with B. Oh, but wait, I missed a show and nobody corrected me. A new show coming this week, each and every Wednesday after. At 7. At 8, hosted by Angry OG, we have The Formula. Yeah, you see dudes standing there looking at the board trying to figure it out. Those are math formulas and equations on women.
Ruh-roh.
That's what those equations are. We are trying to
Ruh-roh.
figure out how to understand the opposite sex of our species. And just from the whiteness around his knuckles, I could tell he is stressed out. His knuckles is white. He is stressed out. Anybody that would like to join the Big Exclusive Network, have any ideas, any shows coming forward, please make sure you email all ideas to the Real Big Exclusive at gmail.com. Keep in mind, I am a talent coordinator and Lamit has the final say. So you have something to prove. I'm not easy. I ain't easy. You ain't gonna just turn on the camera and just and we're like, oh yeah, you getting the show. Hell no. Hell no. You're going to have to bring something to the table. And as you see, we got a lot of podcasts going, so preferably something a little different, slightly different, maybe something pre-recorded, you know what I'm saying? Maybe something with a setting with a couch and a chair, you bring guests on, something like that. We need news. We need other sports. We need music. Shit, you do hair? Do a show teaching how to do a different hairstyle every week. Something. Come on. This is a platform that people, I'm surprised, aren't taking advantage of. Yes, something different, please. People aren't taking advantage of this opportunity. And it's surprising to me. But that's neither here nor there. For Philadelphia Eagles Game Day special, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We had a dope show.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Got my man Jamal Jackson rocked out to the end. Key Holmes, single mommy duties, and she made it happen. Big Exclusive in the back on the ones and twos, hitting the buttons and the switches and all that. Everybody in the comments, thank y'all for tuning in and keeping up with the show and, you know, participating with the comments. Dope interview with Ray Lewis III.
Ray.
Make sure y'all follow his journey. For those of y'all that don't know, I represent him. That's one of my clients now, trying to get him to the league. And, you know, we getting the ball rolling. We starting the campaign. We getting it rolling. So make sure y'all show love.
Great stuff.
Make sure y'all support. Make sure y'all share. If y'all see me posting some stuff, share it, please. Please. Please, just share it. That's it. Please. Bro, I asked somebody, could they post that joint? The same thing I asked you to post, right?
And
they asked me, who should they tag?
What?
It's a picture of Ray Lewis III.
Right.
If you're gonna tag anybody,
tag Ray Lewis.
Tag him. Tag his daddy. Tag the Baltimore Ravens.
Tag the NFL.
Tag the NFL. Tag ESPN. Tag Stephen A. Smith. Tag Ed Reed.
Yeah, but I had one question I wanted to ask you. I know he's going over. I was going to say, you know what? As a kid with a legendary pop, iconic pop, has there ever been anybody that you've been around where you actually starstruck? Like, I wonder that with kids in it could be entertainment, whatever industry.
I would assume
they be like, I'm around this person all the time. Have you ever been starstruck about anybody?
I would assume not. And that's me assuming.
Okay.
The reason why I would assume not is because I would expect the situation to be when they're introduced to the person, they hadn't seen them on TV yet. So when those kids are introduced to people, it's like, oh yeah, such and such was at my house the other day. They seen them on TV and so it's regular to them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Whereas the majority of us, we grow up seeing these people on TV. Then when you finally meet one, it's like this.
Yeah.
You
You're right.
But when that's your dad's homie. They play golf together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He'd been around since you was pooping in your diapers and all that. And then one day you watching TV and it's like, Hall of Fame, Ed Reed. And it's like, oh, I thought that was just my goddad.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know he was a legend like my daddy. Like, you dig what I'm saying? Like, I
True.
don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me assuming. I don't
Somebody
know.
said tag Shannon Sharp would probably be a great person to tag because he'll say some shit.
Exactly, Tiff. Tag Uncle Shay Shay.
Yeah.
Hey Skip. You see old Ray boy trying to get back in the league. I remember old Ray back when I played for the Ravens. When I made a brief trip to Baltimore after I left Denver.
His country ass is hilarious.
Old Ray used to be out there, and his boy was out there too. Very respectful young man, and just like his daddy. I would love to see him make it to a team in the NFL. Ain't that right, Skip? I don't know. I don't know if I can take another Ray Lewis. We already have Micah Parsons, and I don't know if I could take another. Hey, Skip, you know you ain't nothing but a hater, Skip.
Hassan Reddick.
Ray Lewis, you can come on up to Uncle Shay Shay and we can do an interview and get it popping.
You wow.
With that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks, Jamal, for tuning in and being on time.
I toasted up Eagles Game Day podcast. We here, baby.
Flyers. I ain't gonna hold you. The up top been asking me, yo, where the Flyers with everybody's name on it? I've learned my lesson to hold off on that. I had to wait until y'all showed up on time 2-3 weeks in a row. So, with that being said, I will be making the Flyers. I will be making the Flyers this week with you guys' names on it.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
We can rock out. We official now. We official tissue.
Listen, hair and makeup will be here next week. I'm going through puberty apparently, so hair and makeup will be here next week.
Hey, you better than me. I'd have raw dogged it.
Oh, fuck no.
But anyway, y'all go ahead and enjoy y'all Sunday. Salute to you. Hey, Cut. Y'all gonna drop off some barbecue? Can y'all drop off some barbecue? The Eagles don't play today.
They sure don't. Listen, I might not be able to drive.
Oh yeah, you know what? Keep the Rango parked. Keep the Rango parked. Salute to y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Philadelphia Eagles Game Day Special. I'm Poppy Montega. Jamal Jackson. We out.
Got a room for dick riders soon. Ain't no more room left. So if you playing the dick ride, a little late.
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fight. Yo, we going all the way this year, man. We going all the way this year. Philadelphia Eagles.